Hello, my name is Kevin Wright. I'm the owner of Wright Signs. I've been the owner of Wright Signs for 33 years. We do probably the largest variety of signs in Lenawee County. We do magnetic signs, vehicle wraps, neon signs, lighted signs, backlit signs. We design logos. We do sandblasted signs, and we also do awnings. And that's just a little bit of what we do. I also have a sign specialty license. I'm licensed through the state of Michigan to install lighted signs. Back a few years ago, they had a lot of issues with strip malls and stuff. People who don't have the expertise to put in signs, they had fires and issues and stuff. So anybody that dealt with lighted signs, neon or anything, had to be licensed through the state of Michigan. I went ahead and got that license. And I've also been featured in 3 trade magazines. This magazine here and these 2 magazines. I've been featured in their magazines 3 times now. Both of these magazines go all over the world. I've had people from Australia give me a call and talk to me about signs and stuff, so it's been pretty cool. How many of you have bought a sign? Raise your hand. How many of you are going to buy a sign? Raise your hand. Who are you going to buy it from? Oh, yeah. Okay. What I want to talk about is the value of a sign, a well-done sign. I would argue with anybody that probably the most cost-effective way of advertising that you'll ever do will be with a sign. The cost of a sign is only pennies a day. It's out there 24/7. It's in the rain, it's in the sun, it's on your building, it's in the front. It could be on your vehicle. People are seeing it every day. And that's very, very effective. I can give a couple of examples. I can't tell you over the years how many times I've had people come up to me and say, "Hey, Kevin, you know, I spent all this money on doing this project and everything," and he said, "I only have a little bit of money for a sign. What can you do for $500? Well, in my opinion, the sign should be one of the most focal points because it tells you who you are, where you are, who you are, and what you do. So it's kind of, you know, like I said, when somebody comes and tells you that, it's like, man, you can get a sign for $500, but man, for $1,000, let's do this. And an example of the phone book, and I don't want to, years ago my dad and I, we were going to do all this advertising in the phone books and stuff. We spent $2,400 or whatever it was. Did all this advertising. I had to do it every year, and my ad was only this big in a phone book, okay? You get a sign from me, it's out there every day. It might cost, maybe it does cost $2,000 initially, maybe $1,000, maybe $500. But it's going to be out there every day advertising for you 24/7. That is a cost-effective way of advertising. Vehicles. I mean, how many people go out and buy a vehicle? Spend $20,000, $30,000, I don't, maybe not that much on a vehicle. And after 5 years, starts giving them problems, they get rid of it. This is a lighted sign. This is, if you were going to come to me and you wanted to buy a lighted sign, you would get a sign cabinet similar to this. Extruded aluminum, polycarbonate faces, they don't break. I can guarantee you, if you buy this sign from me, this sign will probably outlast 4 or 5 of your next cars that you're going to buy. That's good advertising. That's a backlit sign. Sandblasted, dimensional signs, redwood. This, I have a redwood example down there, and this is sign foam. Both of these signs, the same. If they're well taken care of, they're painted right. These signs, I have one at the Presbyterian Church. It's probably my first sign that I ever did. Gold leaf, black lettering. It's probably been there 25 years. I've never been back over there to do anything to it. We installed the sign, put it up, and it's been there. It's been advertising. Never had to touch anything up. That's good advertising. That's money well invested. Even I don't have a sample of it, but even an MDO signboard, they're on the least side of the sign business as far as price-wise, but I've had customers, in fact, I had a lawyer call me a few years back, and he said, Kevin, he said, my sign's getting dingy, I need to replace it. He said, this one lasted 15 years. He said, what do you have that'll last any longer than that? And I'm thinking, 15 years, you paid maybe $1,000 or $800 for that sign, and it lasted you 15 years. So there again, that's the effective and the cost effectiveness of having a well done sign. Vehicle wraps. Vehicle wraps right now are really big. They're bold. You can do a lot with them. They're like driving billboards. I had a customer, the first customer I had come to me, Sexton Electric. I don't know if anybody knows him, but Sexton Electric. He came to me and he said, Kevin, he said, I want to do something different. He had a white truck and little green letters on there that said his name. He wasn't happy with it. He saw some of my work and he said, what can you do? So we came up with a concept, put some bold graphics on. We didn't do a full wrap, we did a 3/4 wrap, but we put some bold graphics all the way across his vehicle. He picked up his vehicle at 3 o'clock that afternoon from Wright Signs. He drove to Onstead to pick his kids up from school. On his way to Onstead, he had 3 phone calls. Hey, Aaron, what's going on? He said, I just saw one of your trucks going down the road. Hey, you know, where did you get that? Is that a new truck? What happened with that? Bam, vehicle wrap, it worked. Beautiful graphics, bold graphics. It caught people's attention. It did what it was supposed to do. And I've done 3 more vehicles for him. He loves them. Plastic form letters. Even these things, plastic form letters. Acrylic. Everybody familiar with Stevenson Lumber? Everybody knows where they're at? Those big green letters across the front of the building? My dad sold that job to Stevenson Lumber probably 45 years ago. We've been over there maybe 3 times in the past 15, 20 years, maybe just to touch up a little thing here, something came loose. I don't know what they paid for those letters, but that many years ago, those letters are still there. We took them down and repainted a couple of them. They were getting a little dingy, but the plastic is still good. Those letters have been up there for 45 years and they still look good. So, wrapping up, what is the value of a well-done sign that only costs a penny a day? Next time you call me for a sign, I'll give you a price, and I don't want to hear you moan and say, oh my God, Kevin, that's too much money. I can't afford that. Just understand that your sign will be the best investment you'll ever make. Thank you.